And I was just doing Bible study, and God really shocked me with how he just began to talk about this stuff so matter-of-factly. He started telling me that fallen angels and aliens are going to appear all around the world, in every city, town, and village in this whole world in the future. He said that every region of the earth will see them. And they're going to appear simultaneously. So don't think India's going to see it first, and then China see it later, and then, Nicaragua see it a few weeks later. No. He said they're going to appear almost as if there was a signal given, and they all manifest at the same time. So when I say manifest, to manifest means to become visible. It does not mean to be created. When I was younger, a pastor gave this definition of what manifestation is, and it's so wonderful. It stayed with me all my life. He said, if someone is in the congregation, let's say a man or a woman known to the church body is in the congregation, that person has always been there. Everybody comes to church at the same time. They sit down in church starts. So maybe, let's say, Deacon Frank is in the congregation, and he's always been there, but people at the back, people at the sides of the church, people not sitting next to Deacon Frank, may not even know he's there. But if the pastor says, let's give a round of applause for all the hard work that Deacon Frank does. Deacon Frank stands up. Stand up. When Deacon Frank stands up, that is the process of manifestation. Manifestation is the realization and the visualization and being able to see and touch something that has always been there. So when these creatures manifest, they are not coming from a far, far galaxy, far away. They attempt greatly to sell the storyline to people. They attempt greatly to make it seem as this Bible story where Joshua and them were approached by the Gibeonites, and the Gibeonites were saying, oh, we have come from such a far journey, and we traveled, and our shoes have gotten old, and our bread has gotten moldy. But the truth was that they lived 3 towns away, and they just didn't want Israel to destroy them. And so they came up with a ruse to pretend as if they came from a very far town and had come to the Israelites for protection. And because the Israelites fell for this trick, they were bound in covenant with the Gibeonites, and they were no longer able to fight against them and eradicate them, wipe them out, destroy them, as God had said that they should do to all of the people who were not part of God's chosen. And so when they manifest, it will be at the same time, meaning that they have always been here. I received a very strange and unbelievable dream from the Lord this morning. I will attempt to also make a video for that today, if I'm able, related to this issue. And they have always been here, and they will suddenly make themselves available all over the world. And God says that it will be done in such a way that nobody can tell the other person you're lying when they call and say, go outside and look up. So that means if you call someone in another country and say, oh my goodness, it's here in Milwaukee, or it's here in Seattle, or it's here in Paris, whoever you're calling will say, I know, I see them too. And so God says that they will make their presence known to us, and then they will come and live with us. And this is just how the Lord told me this all those years ago. This is taken directly from my journal, so I'm reading it exactly as I wrote it after he finished speaking to me. They will make their presence known to us and come and live with us, just as God told me all those years ago, up until now. Aliens will live with human beings, and no rapture is going to take us away before this happens. Every last one of us will be here to see it, unless we die. And so the Lord said that first, this is how they're going to do it. They're going to live in some type of colonies that they will set up for themselves. So they will be sequestered, whether the government is going to sequester them, which is insist that they live in, let's just call it alien zones. So alien zones are going to be established, and there's certain reasons for that. The most obvious reason is the heart attack factor. Having these creatures walking around among people is definitely going to trigger unhealthy physical reactions in people. Remember Jesus' warning in Luke chapter 21 and verse 26, the scripture that I never give any rest on the master's voice. Men's hearts failing them for the things that will come upon this earth, for the things that people will see, for the things that people will be told. We're going to accept this now, and society is moving in a new direction, and this is the direction. Living with alien creatures. People's hearts will not be able to take integrated societies immediately, and most governments will understand that. So these creatures will live in colonies that they will set up by themselves. Please understand when I say this. They setting them up means that they have come with their own ability to build almost overnight a brand new world that they will be living in. So however they're going to do it, I've seen it in many of these dreams that I have. These creatures possess very different types of metals, very different types of technologies, and these things are going to be visible in the beast system, such as the beautiful moldable blue steel. I'm just going to call it steel, but I don't even know if it is steel. Some kind of blue metal that they have. They also have another type of metal that is white, that glows. It is sensitive to touch, and it can be used to identify genetic data. So when they make the door handles of that metal in the future and you touch your door, I saw in one dream that my door went, well, that's you. The door knew you by DNA and stuff like that.